It's definitely going to be a very risky game here for EHOME with this draft, but it could be quite explosive either way. This looks like a very entertaining kind of game one for this BO5 Grand Final. They understand if we can slow down this storm, if we can make Emo's game a living hell in game one, we might just win out the series. Because, you know, Emo, he doesn't show any signs of tilting, but sometimes you do see him get a little bit angry. And now, well, Ollie going to get battery assaulted up. There's going to be a fair bit of damage, but he does disrupt. And now the arrow coming in, but Ollie is still very low and does go down for the first blood. But nothing to say, is also going to lose his life. Fly popped the meta and at least got the puck as a trade. It's going to be all about the 4-minute power room.
Oh yeah, it's going to be coming up soon. You do have decent ward coverage from both sides. I believe EHOME does have better wards on both the rune spots, so it should be easier for a puck to find that opportunity. And of course, up top, with Sinq around, they just commit onto JT. Find themselves a nice opening as Sinq is a bit more active in this pause for Enigma.
He is. He has been making those small rotations in, and with the Malefice just really setting up. Nice regen still off, nothing to say, or rather Sinq trying to secure it for himself here. They didn't want to give it over to Emo. Fly actually dropping bot lane, and now Y also going to go down in the mid lane. Emo on the run, still in major trouble, and EHOME will be able to take him out. And that's 2 cores going down for the side of IG. Well, Kaka is now contesting that Sinq Enigma, and I think he realizes he needs to because JT has been ganked twice in a row now by the exact same couple of heroes. But bot lane, Fly going down against the Faith. Emo going to be able to maybe get the trade. No! Faith will survive with the stick charges. And Emo, well, he was very low on mana. He couldn't get the job done. Now the Rocket Flare cancelling off his clarity that he just popped. Bit unfortunate. But Fly, I mean, he's getting... Dream Core is going to be there down a bot lane with a toss in onto Y, and Avalanche is going to be there. Emo, he doesn't have a way out. Fly going to TP back in. Faith won't have really much mana to play with anyway, so they can't make the dive back onto the TB, but...
Yeah, it's not the target they're looking for, and that does mean, again, they're aware the supports aren't there. You can see a clump up top, Sylar and Sinq standing around JT.
Here we go. They might just commit to Black Hole, and they will. Just go for the easy kill. It's JT going to pop the Ravage. He is still alone. It's just him and his Helm of the Dominator creep. And that'll be it. He just Ravages, but no TPs coming in. I thought we might see a TP in from Emo, but I think he's just a bit too far behind on the Storm to actually commit.
It's been a slower start. This is not something we're used to seeing from EHOME. And again, Fate Beyond just finding the solo kills across the map. So EHOME are enabling themselves with this aggression they're playing with, and they're not letting go.
Y going to be there onto Kaka. He does have leap chances, but now the Dream Core out from nothing to say. They're fighting over the bounty runes. Y about to die, but there goes Emo, and there goes Kaka, and Emo pulled back. He's TPing into the tier 2, zipping right in, but he's going to be out of mana at this rate. He wants the haste rune. He'll take it. Now going back onto the puck, here comes Fly. They really need some sort of a trade here for that buyback. They're not getting it yet, but now nothing to say. Does get purged up. They will rush him. They will get him, and they're going to make their way out now as Faith Beyond was TPing in onto the Tiny.
They group up top. They've got some more time in the Metamorphosis. They chip away, but the Fortify is there, and they're TPing nothing to say. They're forcing a fight once more here.
They've got Dream Call in 5 seconds, but the Moonlight Shadow is going to be out from IG. Now, with the Disruption and the Arrow, will connect this time on the puck. Perfectly timed, and they have the follow-up stun, so nothing to say. Respawns, TP's top, and dies immediately. And he's going to be making the Walk of Shame back to any other lane. However,
Emo?
in the mid lane, Emo, that's a big pick-off, and they are going to get a direct trade for their puck. Emo, he's not really that tanky. There's a Rocket Flare giving vision. Faith, do you want to take the risk? I don't know if he actually has enough, but he's going to try Avalanche Toss, and yeah, they have enough. Especially when the puck is going to be there from nothing to say. They're going to be right behind IG, so this could be real detrimental for IG if they take the mid-fight. As they're going to be pincered in by EHOME if they're not careful. They'll loop around the river. Faith still trying to bait them in here, and it's going to work. EHOME zips in, but nothing to say is right behind him. Emo, hookshot going to go right through him onto the Spectre illusion, but it works out. And now, well, the toss back onto JT, who has the Ravage but doesn't want to commit at the moment. Will back off. And EHOME, well, they got the target they wanted, but they'll take another. Ollie will also go down to the Shadow Demon, and now they'll look for more. Spectral Dagger is going to be there on Kaka. The Ravage, great from JT, connecting on 4. They'll take down Y. Now Sylar's very low. Sinkyu gets in there for the black hole, but they're going to lose Sylar. They'll try and trade. Fly, he will go down, and now JT will be targeted on the Tide. And he's a tanky boy. He will be tanky enough to get himself out of there. And that'll be a 2-for-2 trade.
And building up slowly, he's going to have his Manta style before Sylar does. But this is because Sylar's been much more willing to join these fights. So they've got to make this investment in their Terrorblade work out.
Top lane, what a hook shot. Y with the cogs pushback into Faith Beyond.
Oh, God.
They see Emo, they run down towards Emo. It's as simple as that. I can't say the same thing about the IG heroes, however, as Faith is now rotating mid. Kaka going to be on the low ground. And Arrow will make it obvious he's there. But they want JT, it seems. Nothing to say. Does pop the Veil into the Avalanche toss, and it's just too much damage. JT cannot survive through it, and now the Dream Core. Kaka, he tried to come in and help out. Emo, he'll zip in with a great zip onto 3 heroes, but is it going to be enough? There's the horn coming in from Sylar. Back onto Ollie. They Dagon him down. Emo also going to die trying to fight. And the Dagon out from nothing to say, just being a bit of a surprise reveal there. They don't know the BKB Black Hole's up. This is a very unfortunate predicament for them as the timing's just really bad for IG. They are going to back off, but hook shot is there from Y into the black hole. They caught 2. The disruption going to save Fly for now, but there goes JT. No Ravage for IG, but they do get the puck. Nothing to say. He does go down, but here comes the Horn Sylar trying to run away from Fly. And EHOME, are you going back in? Why? He gets the cogs off onto the TB, and now Faith Beyond turns back around with an Avalanche toss, but the Sunder is going to be there in time. They need to get out of EHOME, and that's exactly what they'll do. Or will they? They're looking to go back in now, it seems. But EMO is waiting. He knows. They're going to zip back in onto Sylar with the Orchid, but Faith Beyond was there with the Avalanche, but it's not enough. Sylar will go down. And that is the first successful team fight for IG in quite a while.
So they don't find that Aegis, but they put themselves at a better spot. They swing some of that lead back. EHOME, without the black hole, it's going to be tougher to contest that Roche if IG go back in.
And plus you've got the Ravage there, so they'll smoke up, but mid lane, JT. Well, I said you have the Ravage, now you don't. But IG, they're not backing off, they want to keep going. This could be very dangerous for them. Nothing to say, gets a Dream Call underneath the Sentry Ward for Emo. He's gone. And now Ollie also going to go down. And unfortunately, Kaka can't TP out of there. That's a blind Avalanche as well.
And,
you know, it's one thing, right, to lose a team fight, but to take the fight without your Ravage on the Tidehunter.
It's unfortunate. IG, I mean, we just talked about it. EHOME didn't have Black Hole. They could have just gone straight back to the pit. They bought enough time that Sin Q's Black Hole is about 40 seconds off. They're going to have that tool available. And remember, the BKB's there. So even if that Ravage is up, it does not matter for Sin Q. They start to invade that triangle, Faith Beyond.
He's going to get jumped on here by Emo, gets an Invis Rune out, but is going to die to the Orchid Silence still. They are trying to make the jump onto the ST, but Emo is still there with the Ravage coming out from JT, but they do lose Ollie, and now Y will also go down on the clock. Still a great team fight out for IG. They can still try to make the play on the puck, but Emo, he'll miss out. Nothing to say, does blink out of there. The answer is no. They're just hanging around as 5 and not trying to give an opening to EHOME. EHOME, they do have another 25 till the Haunt is up, but they'll go for a Moonlight Shadow IG. To a counter smoke of EHOME. They are underneath the Sentry Ward right now. Y going to hook shot in, start the team fight on to Ollie, and they just want this Shadow Demon dead, and they are going to get it. He's gone. Now the Dream Call onto Kaka. He's basically alone at the moment. Nobody else is jumping in from IG. They've still got the Ravage, but how do you turn this team fight now? Faith, he'll run back in with the break onto the Tide Hunter. There goes JT. He commits the Ravage. It's only on one, and now the Black Hole. Q, he catches Emo. He's caught out Fly. The Sunder, not going to be there, but no, he does get the Manta Dodge on the Silence. But Psylocke does kill off JT, and Fly was basically the only one left, but Emo, he bought back on the Storm, coming back in for Faith Beyond. Now it's time to back out. But nothing to say. He will not orb in. It's time for him to leave.
Mike, do you see this in Faith Beyond? He's got the Ags up on the Tiny. We're back. The volley's back.
We're back to the tree volley. This is why I love the side of EHOME. I mean, Faith Beyond is just... He always brings out these certain, these particular strats that you just don't see anymore. And here we go. JT... just going to sit there, does get Black Holed up, and the tree volley just going to destroy him.
Oh, God.
Dream Coil, oh, they caught out another. That's going to be Emo. Dagon down and a hookshot out from Y. They're catching everyone. The Conks push back. Kaka is still silenced. Will eventually try and leap out of there. The Rocket Flare and the finish up from the puck will be enough. And speaking of that Black Hole, John, in 27 seconds, double Black Hole is back. So they've got to be very cautious. IG might want to try and make a team fight happen right now. You've still got the Black Hole, but JT going to get jumped on by Y. Now the Haunted, the Zip, Emo trying to go onto Faith Beyond, but they have lost Kaka. Dream Call actually catching out nobody there. It won't really matter. The TB being disarmed now, trying to get out of here. EHOME, they're going to turn back around. Still Black Hole has not been used up. They jump in now, spotting out Fly. They don't even need it. They don't even need it. Q, he refreshes, but it doesn't matter. The GG's call. It's just complete domination out from the side of EHOME.
They just danced around IG, and we talked about Emo's Storm being a major factor.
Oh, wait a minute. So hold on. Emo's on the mid-doom. Okay, so they go for the JT Night Stalker as the last pick. Playing mind games here with EHOME. Of course, Fly will take the Troll Warlord. But we'll have a look at the other lanes for now. Bot lane, Sala and Y are going to be on the Spectre and the Coddle. JT and Kaka are going to be there in the off lane for the side of IG. And it's going to be a relatively important lane for IG, because these Night Stalkers... if they hold that thought, because top lane Q will be the first blood here, as Ollie does pick it up on the clockwork. He has been doing that. He just consecutively uses it as, not to say, we'll run away, trying to go onto Ollie, but the Ash will step in onto Emo with a nice Aether Remnant and arrow set up, but Emo still trying to run, will make it out and perhaps turn around with that Doom. No, he'll walk away. And now does go for the Doom. Onto Nothing to Say, who's trying to make a run for it. Y is going to be there to help out. Emo getting very low, might go down beforehand, and the deny is there from Y. He does get the kill off Ollie. Oh, that is disastrous for IG. Tries to get a bit of harassment out onto Sylar, but Sylar's just a bit too tanky at the moment on the spec. They're going to bring Emo down. That should make it a little bit easier to be able to get this Spectre, especially with a dominated creep. JT, he will pop the Nighttime with the Infernal Blade flying out. That creep has a snare, I'm pretty sure, does it not? They will roll in now with the Rolling Thunder. Emo, going to be in danger, probably will go down, and there goes Kaka. Also going out. And, well, they just don't have the damage output to kill off the Sylar Spectre. It is, and EHOME, they've got a smoke going. They're going to just connect mid, trying to go after Kaka on that Rubik, because he's really the only hero showing on the map that's available to be taken out, and they will easily take him out. But now Emo is coming in with Fly. Who do they aim? There's a Doom on Faith Beyond, cancelling that Rolling Thunder, and Doom is going to chase him down. Faith should just die here. He'll keep running in towards that tier 2 tower, and he actually gets the split gold off, so Emo doesn't even get the solo gold. Now Y trying to run away, but JT and Fly are going to chase him down, and IG taking advantage of a bad situation. They do get a 2-for-1.
Yeah, they're not going to have a way to counteract that AoE silence anytime soon, and again, this plays into a timing issue for IG. If you actually look at Flyfly, he's rushing the Battle Fury on the troll and
Ollie gonna get jumped and just, oh, actually nice hook shot to try and delay things, but does go down, and now Flyfly needs to get out of there. He'll turn around and maybe go for a fight here. Smoke being popped by Kaka. They've caught out Emo with the Aether, and they just lock him down. Flyfly force the battle trance, but Sylar walking away, and now the disarm is out from Faith Beyond. Another disarm is out, and they go down. And that is your position 1, losing his life. It's a tough time. Emo now going to be chased down, farming the jungle, and this Moonlight Shadow could be painful for Emo. He doesn't know. There's no detection. They purge him up. He gets dragged back in. You can't fight back when you go Midas. JT losing another dominated creep there. Another 200 gold going to Sinkyu on the Mirana. He's going to hang out down to that bot lane and try to set up on the side of EHOME, and he has vision of exactly what they're doing. But arrow won't land, but hookshot will. Ollie going in. Still rolling thunder out onto Emo. They're trying to get rid of this Doom ASAP. Now jumping back in onto Ollie. They take out the clock. Flyfly going to come in now on the Troll Warlord. Trying to look for a good battle trance. A Doom going to be committed now on the Void Spirit, so they'll go after Nothing to Say, and eventually he should go down. Flyfly, he does get the battle trance off after Sylar, but he's been disarmed again. He can't do anything here, so he'll go down. Now JT needs to back out of there. Kaka on the Rubik cannot survive the damage from Faith Beyond. EHOME win out on another team fight. It's a 3-for-1 trade. And it might be 4. JT gonna go for the TP play, but Sinkyu, he has the Yules, he had the arrow, he got a creep, I believe, but it won't matter. JT is just gone.
that is really painful for IG. 16-6, 3k lead for EHOME. They're forcing Flyfly to fight. What can you hope for this troll to do with just the Battle Fury? He needs to farm. They've got to buy the space for the troll to make this item pickup pay off. But if they force Flyfly to fight, it won't amount to much.
Faith Beyond just going on Kaka. Doesn't even need the Rolling Thunder. It was cancelled off by the lift of Kaka, but that's kind of doing Faith a favor. Because now he has it for this fight. Lift is there on Flyfly. He does just walk away. Ollie trying to protect him, but Faith is going straight for the main target. Flyfly, he does get stunned up. Sylar going to be there to help out. They silence him. He can't even battle trance. He will eventually. Faith in trouble, getting low, but can they take him out? Maybe they can. No, not quite. He walks away, and Flyfly is going to go down. Now Ollie also being jumped on. The clockwork's gone. And is that a dominated creep? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Flyfly being caught out like this is just not what you want. He needs to farm. Just give the troll space to farm. Emo is doing that as well with his Midas. But you're rough. You're in a rough spot.
They go on. They
No.
caught Emo, but they're trying to bait right now. Hookshot's going to be there on Sinkyu, and JT, he pops the ultimate. Going on to Sylar. Sylar, you don't want to lose this Spectre, but you don't really have a choice in the matter. IG, they get one. Now Sinkyu also dying in EHOME, making a U-turn, going back the other way. Not wanting to initiate without those two heroes. And now that is not a very fair fight, if I've ever seen one. Let's just have a look at poor Roche here. Just standing there, just taking it. Just take it. Slams the ground, that's all he can do. You can still cast your spells if you disarm, but you can't do much else. So, there's the Roshan gone. And the first Roche of the game going to the way of Sylar.
Yeah, a freebie for EHOME as they moonlight, and
Ollie, he had the Sentry Ward there, but he can't protect himself from the Yules or the arrow. Perhaps he could hook shot out, but he will not have time. Meanwhile, mid lane, there's going to be a lift on Faith Beyond, but Kaka cannot sustain the damage of Nothing to Say. And that will now increase their net worth lead to 5k. And have they found another one? Oh, they found Flyfly.
Oh no.
There's the horn from Sylar. Flyfly on the run. But Sinkyu, if he needs it, has the Yules. He's probably just waiting out the battle trance and gets the arrow anyway.
No.
And a dominated creep.
It's just...
To Sinkyu
they're just
again.
bleeding the economy. So you can expect him to try to continuously pump out his own control. But with those pickups, there's that smoke and moonlight from EHOME.
Could be a big team fight for IG with these BKBs. EHOME going to run straight into Emo, but can they take him out in time? No, he gets the BKB off and the arrow won't really land. So now they want to backtrack, but they are hooking in JT with a huge silence, but Will-O-Wisp is going to be there. It does nothing, however. EHOME still just trying to kite them around. Faith is in trouble and will go down, but now you might lose Emo, and you do. The Doom ends up going down, and Sylar actually kills off Ollie. Meanwhile, the Dominated creep getting used up and killed off by SyncQ, and I wish we had a tally of how many it's been now. It's what it feels like playing up against EHOME. They're just constantly running at you with a smoke. Fly barely going to avoid getting caught out there by the side of EHOME. Instead, the other side of the jungle, they should see them. There is a sentry, and Doom is going to be there on the Pango. So they want to just disengage. Hook shot not going to be on the mark, and Sylar, he's already killed off Kaka on the Rubik. Now they'll go on to nothing to say, but the Will-O-Wisp will be dropped. Still nothing to say, almost dead, and does go down. It's a good start by IG, but can they keep it up? Because the Pangolier now can get that Rolling Thunder off, and nothing to say will buy back, and there goes Fly on the Troll going down, and now they also got Ollie on that Clockwork. He's also gone, and well, JT, he's going to try for the TP, but Sylar, well, they'll get the Yules off. And JT has no way out. He's gone. It's another 4 for 1. And I guess at least they got a buyback out of the Void Spirit, but that's really all they got. And the Rax, I mean, it just doesn't stand. You can't defend it with 2 heroes down. They haven't got the buyback on Fly, so there's no way to actually try and find a way to defend. And
JT is going to have Dark Ascension. They do smoke up here.
They do. Gotta get something. Even just SyncQ on the Mirana would be a good start, and they do scatter out, but she's making the leap out, and nothing to say would be an even better target. They do get the lift off on SyncQ. They'll take the kill. Kaka will claim it with the arrow.
Ooh. It's a bit awkward as they've left their mid-range racks to die. Still, JT committed the Dark Ascension, and they're still hunting for more.
Faith is going to get spotted in that Roshan pit, just not paying attention, but Dagger coming in, they're going to help him out, but there's the Doom coming out from Emo now on that Pangolier, but they will haunt in. It's a lot of damage. Ollie will die, and Faith will buy back immediately. So those BKBs are wearing off, and nothing to say, just jumping in perfectly onto that staircase, and Emo probably going to die. Fly going for the Battle Trance onto Sylar. They do get him with the arrow and the attacks of Fly, but it may cost him his own life. Fly getting jumped on again with the silencers out. Ollie, he also brought back on the Clockwork, but it may not matter as he's probably just going to die. And here comes Faith with the Rolling Thunder. He has Kaka under control, and they are going to get a triple on the Void Spirit. And more importantly for EHOME, another 4-man, in fact it was a full team wipe.
Yeah, not a good spot for IG. 10k lead now, EHOME. They managed to win out because they get the Roche. So they're going to have that Aegis and Cheese.
Looks like they're just going to be willing to give over the top racks. They can't get Megaed at the moment because the bot tier 2 is still there. They're going to wait. JT, he's looping around on the Night Stalker, popping the nighttime and going for the silence onto Faith Beyond, but he gets force-staffed out of there. He can't eat the cheese in time. He will go down. Now Sylar, being chased in the spec, will turn around onto JT. He still has the Aegis. Now the Void Spirit going in. JT dies, but he'll buy back. Fly getting the Aegis off the Spectre, going into that Void Spirit, but nothing to say, is making a run for it. Now the dust is there, but it's too late. Fly's BKB's worn off, and so has the Battle Trance, and now they just jump in to shred apart the side of IG, and they've called the GG again. And that'll mean EHOME have a 2-0 lead in this best of 5 grand finals, and they are 1 game away from pulling off the complete win of the DPL-CDA Season 2.
EHOME just look way too dominant. IG, they tried something different. They go with a different playstyle for Emo with the Doom mid. Only real thing they have to wait for, and wow.
Here we go.
It's out. the Ricky for Sylar. And man, is that such a value pickup. You know, you're seeing him at a bit of a deficit compared to Fly. So our Ricky is forced to play a bit safer. At the same time, he's not completely shut out. I mean, we've seen Sylar in this kind of situation before. on the Ricky. If he hits the level 6 mark at a good time, they can just play aggressive, although why?
Well, he's got the ink swell, but the spear is going to land. Kaka will be stunned up, and they'll keep trying after Wine. This could be the first blood, though. No, Ollie gets the first blood down a bot lane onto Q, and Y will end up dying regardless on the Grimstroke top lane.
The timing on the rate bands into the defusal down the line. You're not going to be finding as much presence from the Ricky, and gets tricky to flash farm up.
It does. Nothing to say. Gonna cop an X into a turn, and now Ollie is coming in with Kaka and the tag team. Gonna make it very easy to take down the Ember. It's a great rotation out once again.
And the only real lane to go well is Sylar's farm. So the Ricky's gonna have to really make most of this level 6 spike and really start to build up a bit quicker, although...
Spear gonna be there, but do you have enough damage? Sylar, he should be just fine. In fact, he'll turn around onto Ollie with Q to follow up, and Ollie, well, he's trying, but the tricks of the trade gonna be out. Sylar still not finished with this Shadow Demon, but Q can try to finish it off and does, but here comes Emo with the X and the Torrent. He does catch out Q, but Faith Beyond now is connecting. Sylar, he has been dusted up. He needs to be a bit cautious here. Fly even joining in on the jug now, but Sylar, he'll blink out of there. Now the arena being dropped. IG really committing, and with a great spear out on Faith Beyond, they will get another 2 for their trouble, and they only lose the position 5 Shadow Demon. And they are eventually just going to rotate in and start hitting away on that T1. Sylar is starting to work towards that Diffusal Blade on that Ricky. But once that Diffusal's up, he becomes a bit of a problem. And while he's doing that, I believe Fly is going for a Maelstrom, but mid lane, nothing to say. Does go down to Emo on the Kunkka.
Yeah, and it's that control they have. You know, with the Tusk, with the Kunkka, you've got the X, you've got the Snowball, you've got all the tools in the world to keep that Ember Spirit down, and nothing to say is just off the
shot in, Faith Beyond, right on the Kunkka. Emo's in trouble with the Ink Swarm, but a great Snowball save. They're going straight into that T1, but Emo, he's alive. Now the arena out from JT, just trapping in Faith Beyond. No spear yet, but there it is. Right into the ledge, and Faith should be dead, but here comes the Ember. Back onto Emo. They do get the Kunkka now, but the boat did come out beforehand. They'll go for the team fight anyway. Q trying to get out, but he does not have leap charges. Still, the Soulbind keeping him safe, but the Snowball is going to be there, and that will be enough. Now the Omni on Sylar will be juked out by the tricks of the trade, and Sylar will continue chasing down. Meanwhile, nothing to say, does die again on the Ember. He just respawned. He'll go back to the grave. Sylar does at least get another on the Ricky. Sylar, he had an extra charge of Blink anyway. And he also has that Diffusal Blade now available. IG should not know about this, so Fly could be in trouble. The hookshot will be there with the smoke screen. JT, he gets a spear off. It is going to connect onto that Ricky. Now they'll turn back around onto Sylar. JT, Arena is going to be there. Faith and Sylar both trapped in, and Kaka going to come in on the Tusk. Sylar jumps out with the disruption, ruining the Omni. But it won't matter. They get the spear into the shards and kill him off. And now Faith should also go down, and they do have the control. The rest of EHOME just playing catch-up, like nothing to say. His net worth not looking too bad, but he doesn't really have much damage yet. On top lane, they jump in again. JT, he stuck around. They were not dissuaded by the previous engagement. They do at least get a Mars kill.
But it's not going to be soon enough. They're going to be able to melt right through it. EHOME, are they going to allow this? Why is spotting?
No, I think they might have time.
Up.
They are delaying it long enough for that hookshot to be back up. And yeah, here we go. The Ember, Yule's up. He has been X'd, but a nice spear out from JT. And well, he just gets bursted. That's a lot of damage. IG gonna go back in for that Roshan attempt. Sylar gonna make the jump now onto the Tusk. Kaka, he'll survive for now, but Soulbind is gonna be out with the silences, and now they're just grouped up underneath the smoke screen. Fly trying to break the gap. Already using that Omni Slash. Great spear out onto the Ricky, and that means Sylar's gone. Faith just needs to make a run for it. Continuing to scout out that Roshan. Faith backing off, perhaps assuming the Roshan isn't being done, but he's going to be out of range now if he wanted to try for the steal, and he doesn't even have the hookshot anyway. So it's a guaranteed Roshan going to the way of IG. Aegis to Fly.
So all of the conditions that IG want are met. They smoke up. They do have a massive lead so far. They want to keep widening it and abuse this time where EHOME's weak.
Kaka gonna get spotted, but the rest of his team's right behind him. They do connect with the arrow, but Faith, he's gonna be in trouble for this. JT commits the arena, trapping in nothing to say. Faith Beyond gonna go down to Emo on the Kunkka, but here comes Sylar jumping on the Kunkka, but the disruption gonna save the day for now. Tricks to the trade there with the double chains out, and EHOME suddenly getting some pickoffs. Fly's lost the Aegis, and he does not have Omni for another 20. They jump back in with the Soul Bind. Ollie probably easily gonna die, and Sylar, he's got the smoke screen again. Boy. That Jug's in huge trouble, and he's gone. What? A 4-for-1 trade for EHOME. I don't blame them for that. IG is looking great as they do loop back into the mid lane. Emo gonna spot out nothing to say, who does have a DD, and now Faith will hook shot in with the Cogs push back into the arrow, but the snowball is gonna save from Kaka. Now JT with the arena will take down the Grimstroke straight away, and now they'll go on to nothing to say with the torrent and the silence. The smoke screen, it is helping, but is it helping enough? Now the Sleight of Fist, Remnant out, but a spear from JT, latching him to a tree, and he does go down. That is just a fantastic spear out from JT. And EHOME, they give up on it, they let it go. And that means an Aegis and cheese now going to the way of IG. Best EHOME could have done is just keep pushing. I mean, you've got Fly Axe as well on the Jug. Yeah, Swift Slash is up. It's, I'd argue the scarier one. Fly now can have a bit more chance in this team fight to actually just wait out the Omni. And, well, top lane, Y is going to get caught out on the Grimstroke. No chance in hell of getting out of this one. We'll just go down to the Orchid. But they are coming in from EHOME. Now the Moonlight Shadow coming in. IG, they're not backing off, but again, EHOME is split pushing the mid and the bot lane. Xingqiu will get X'd up into the torrent and the boat with the Orchid out, and this should mean the Mirana is going to die. Onto the melee barracks, they do repair kit it up. Xingqiu does buy back, and now the arrow in with the hook shot. Torrent gonna be out with the Warrior's Punch onto nothing to say, but he's trying to fight back. He is falling way too low, however. He'll be forced to remnant out and will be fine. That'll be the top racks going down. The bot racks lane. It still goes down to Sylar, who is not joining these team fights. Nothing to say, jumping back in, but he just melts. Oh, that was quick. He didn't have time to remnant back.
IG's got to be a bit careful as to how they engage here.
Especially considering they just had the Aegis expire. So no secondary life for Fly. Hook shot, Faith Beyond trying to start the team fight now. They do get those ink portraits out. It is going to be from JT. It's actually doing a lot of damage right now with the Jug illusion. Sylar jumping in with the smoke screen. It's a fair bit of damage. IG need to back out of there. They got the arena, but they could not get the spear on Sylar. It's back into the racks. Arrow does land on Emo, but EHOME, they are struggling to find a way to defend. And now Omni, Lotus Orb. No, it was a Swift Slash. It wasn't quite the Omni. EHOME is going to go ahead and clear that out. IG will just control the map while they can. Their Faith going to stand out with the Rocket Flare. Does hook shot in. Nothing to say. Does jump into the back lines. Trying to go on to the Shadow Demon Ollie. He's still okay though. Meanwhile, Y does die at the Grimstroke, and now, well, it's a full-scale brawl. They do get the Warrior's Punch and the boat to come in. Sylar falling low, nothing to say, does die with no buyback again. And it's looking really bad here for EHOME, but great for IG as they got nothing to say. Or rather, they got the Clockwork Faith Beyond. He'll be fine, but Xingqiu will not. The Mirana does die. Sylar on the run. Arena won't land. Sylar does actually kill off Kaka, but at what cost? He'll go after Fly now on the Jug, but he is stuck with the spear and does go down. No buyback on him either. And Faith is the last one left, and they call GG. IG do manage to take game number 3 up against EHOME.
Oh, and that's a fantastic showing from IG. They do manage to really start to play the game they want. Emo gets out of control. Fly just gets all the space in the world. And EHOME forced out to a spot they didn't want. We're not used to seeing this, but nothing safe fell behind. And Siler could only do so much on the split pushing Ricky, so
I wonder if this Visage and Magnus put a bit of a spanner in the works. They'll go for the Wraith King pickup. Alright, so that should be the safe lane hero for Fly, and they'll run the Void mid DK off. They'll just have to wait out the bounty runes to fill that bottle back up once again.
yeah, this is really favoring nothing to say. He wants to play it slow anyway on the mag. He's not under any pressure, although up top on the bounties.
They do get the stomp off and the stun from Fly, but Arrow won't land, and Sinkyu, can he get himself out? No, the roll will be blocked and that'll be first blood. Going to the way of Fly. Does harvest the bones of the Earth Spirit.
It's just so stable. Siler's not going to be slowed down. So that's something IG has to consider as they roll in.
Up at that top lane, Fly, going to be in danger. And, well, he's just walking out of there still. Very, very low. And the Soul Assumption will be enough from Faith Beyond to take him out. Up until that level 6 mark, you just don't really have the damage for the tier 1 towers.
Nah. Still.
Roll in. They're going to go on to Ollie. That's Soul Assumption. Should be enough, but a great stomp out. Connecting on 2, and they're going to go onto the Visage, but Wyatt does try and help out, but no. Emo is there on the Void Spirit. Now going on to Sinkyu with the Aether Remnant to lock him in, and Sinkyu will also go down. A double kill out for Emo.
EHOME, they're playing a lot safer than we're used to seeing, but it is paying off. You know, Faith Beyond just about to finish his own 4-staff on this Visage, so he's gonna have more mobility, or at least ways to force heroes into him still.
Run straight into Faith Beyond. They're trying to get through that Gravekeeper's Cloak. The Stomp is going to be up, but swap out on the Visage. And JT, well, Magnetize is going to be there. Sinkyu trying to control them up. Refreshing it. Still chasing down that Visage here. IG should be able to eventually get it, and they do. Familiars might get out. No, they'll lose one. Faith will save the other. Of course, Ollie ended up dying as well, but I don't blame him. It's a very fast Roshan attempt. They go down. So first Aegis of the game, going to nothing to say on the Magnus. EHOME is still ready to go. Kaka, popping the Moonlight Shadow, does show his position. That's going to come out from Y, but he was barely... Well, actually, he did connect on Ollie, but Ollie is already out of there. Now Emo going to jump back in onto that Venge. Roll, not going to connect, but Y will go down. And now the Stomp is out from Ollie onto that Earth Spirit with the arrow follow-up. That'll be the support duo of EHOME dying. And IG want to chase for more. All they can get is some familiars for themselves, but...
That's the point where the Magnus really does start to take over a bit better. It's going to be a lot tankier. Going to have a... Magic Immunity, so the control's not going to be there, and he's going to be careful.
Bot lane, going to go down. Great gank out from the side of IG. In top lane, Kaka will die, but it's nowhere near the same priority. They're going to try and go after Ollie, but he's just fine to run out of there. EHOME, they do manage to take the mid-tier 2 tower, while they were just sticking back, and it's still a very, very slow game between these two, but EHOME, they get some objectives at least, so I guess they're happy.
Yeah, they
bot
do
lane,
use the Aegis, so...
Sylar. Once again on the Nature's Prophet, going down. The exact same combination, but now nothing to say. Is going to go in on Fly. Emo just TP's out of there on the Void Spirit, and...
It's just that you're giving IG ways of coming into this game. As Emo, he finished up his Ags. He's got that silence on the pulse, and he's got the charges up. It's going to be scary to fight into this.
Emo jumping in. Does catch out the Venge, but no, he actually gets a familiar there. Still going back on the Venge. Why? Low, but not low enough, so they'll take the team fight. Jumping onto the Visage now, Fly. Getting rid of that Gravekeeper's Cloak, but it's not going to be enough yet. They do get Y on the Venge. Fly very, very deep, but he almost kills off Faith, and he does. Does manage to get the kill, but now the RP coming up from the Magnus. Nothing to say, does kill off Emo. Onto JT, no, they might want Ollie. You go after the Elder Titan, but Skewer does not connect. Ollie gets a stomp off. The roll is going to be there, and Sylar will TP in on the Nature's Prophet. They do eventually get a 2 for 2. Buyback having to be committed by Faith Beyond. And IG, just, I mean, they continue playing defensively, but it's working.
Yeah, they've got that 2k lead for themselves. They're the ones smoked up now. They might find Siler once more. It's
There's
gonna
a
be
DD
big.
active on Emo. It's a lot of damage. Siler forced to BKB. He goes to the TP attempt, but RP gonna save the day from nothing to say. And now, can they clear them out? Well, Sinkyu's gonna come in with the Magnetize. They do get off Kaka. The Wraith King Reincarnation Life also dying. But this Void Spirit actually had an Invis rune, so he'll survive. Back to the Wraith King. The damage, they're just being controlled on the side of EHOME, and it looks like they are going to lose at least one on the Wraith King, and now the DKJT also goes down. Ollie, he's the next target, and he's gone. And somehow, EHOME actually managed to survive through that. Nothing to say was so low for such a long time, and Emo is still around. Sinkyu hits the silence. He stun him up. Actual step away, the roll is going to connect on target, and it's going to be a full team wipe.
Oh my god, did you notice? Nothing to say was TPing out.
Might try to fight this. I don't think they want this Roshan to go down to the side of EHOME. It's going down quick though. They've got to hurry up if they're going to make the jump in, and they are not going to make it. Sylar has the Aegis, but they'll go for the fight anyway. Onto Sinkyu, but there goes nothing to say. Jumping in onto Fly, and he's dying quick. That's the first life. Survived the secondary. The rollback in Sinkyu. Fly. He's gone.
Oh.
That was really fast. That was without the RP being active. One mistake and you lose a mid-rax. JT, he has the Aghanim Scepter up, so I guess you've got a bit better high ground defense, but nothing to say. Doesn't really seem to care. He still holds on to the cheese, but they stun him up. Y will get him out of there. IG, they've got to punish, but it is a dangerous predicament while that Magnus ulti is available. Sylar, yeah, he's going to make the play up towards that high ground. Fly will show himself. To say does juke out the first stun. Swap in, they got the DK, I believe. JT, he's a tanky target, but the RP comes in onto 2, and that'll be JT gone. Fly will lose his first life. Sprout is there. Does he have a quelling? He does. They're going to go after Y. They'll get the Vengeance. Now Emo jumping into the back lines, but he is running out of spells at the moment. JT trying to protect Emo while he walks away, but it's looking really bad because Sylar is hitting way too hard. Still Fly. We'll get back up onto Sinkyu, but he goes down. He does have buyback. He'll have to commit straight away. Still trying to run. The Sprouts come out with the Soul. It's up to JT. He's going to die back immediately. And now Emo, he jumped in. He does get the Aegis of the Nature's Prophet. Fly back on the run as Emo will do the same. No, he'll jump back in onto the Prophet, but Fly is going to lose his first life once again. Back into it. They've killed off Sylar. That's the main form of damage gone for EHOME. And now it's just the Magnus. Nothing to say. He has been caught out, IG. After a few buybacks, do push it back, and the only person really left there is Faith Beyond. Drops the, I believe he just dropped the gem. Tried to hide it, but it's been caught out. He's going to go down here to the side of Invictus Gaming.
Ooh, that's a good punishment from IG. Very costly in terms of buybacks.
A sort of scouting arrow out from Kaka. EHOME, they still want to try and get in there somehow. Roll in, they have caught out Emo. The Yules is going to be there from Sinkyu with the roll back in, but Emo actually avoids it. Thanks to the Yules of Kaka. Does get Sinkyu in it. Now the Moonlight Shadow out from IG. Do they want to counter-initiate here? Looks like they do. Emo gonna jump in onto that bench, trying to take down Y, and they do. No, they don't. The RP gonna be there in time. Now with the Magnetize, it's a lot of damage out on IG, and they have lost one in the form of JT on the DK. The Reincarnation Life gonna be out from Fly, but Sylar doing so much damage, and Sinkyu with the control. He'll try to make a run for it. The Yule's out. They at least caught the ET, and Ollie is gonna go down. The rest of IG is still in the run, but Sinkyu is on the hunt. Kaka tried the TP, but you have very low cooldowns on this Earth Spirit. That'll be a third death coming out now for the Dire side.
And when it's down, that means it can be dicey to force some fights, but they are looking to force objectives anyway. They're pinging out that bot. They want to take these racks.
The only dieback that was there was JT. Everyone else does have the ability to buy back into this game. Where everyone that's dead right now, and that's just ET. They're gonna jump in on to SyncQ, but the swap out from Y, and now Emo, he's gone. He'll buy back with Fly. Loses his first life again. Sylar is hidden like an absolute truck at the moment. They've got Fly in the Sprout. He's in huge trouble and does go down. No buyback for another 2 minutes. He is gone on Ollie. Gonna be alright, SyncQ. Unable to finish him off. EHOME, they are 1 racks away from getting Megas. IG gonna try their hearts out. All this defense, but the Hex comes out. JT, he cannot afford to die, but he has no choice in the matter. He's gone. Nemo, he's gonna jump in. This could be the final team fight. He does get Y, but he just explodes. Ollie, yeah, he's been caught up by nothing to say. They call it. GG has been called an EHOME. After 4 games in this grand final, do manage to pull off the DPL-CDA Season 2. They are your first place winners. Congratulations to them.
That was an amazing game to close out IG. They had a lot of potency. They had a lot of spikes. They got the Fly Raid King. They got the Emo Faces Void Spirit, sorry. But it wasn't enough.